So here Papa G is transplanting some
cabbage.
It's cabbage, yes. He's transplanting some cabbage. And he's putting it along the drip line. Because green leafy vegetables, they require good amount of hydration, and we're probably going to be coming up on some dry times in the next couple of weeks. We don't know how the weather will go. That has been very erratic lately.
It keeps fluctuating.
Yeah, it's all over the place. So, an estimation is about how much you have planned, Papa G? About 200?
No.
Now you're going to plant about 200? All right.
It is way more than that going plant.
The rest of them are back at the back of the house? And
yeah, in the tree.
the tree. But they're not big enough, they're not ready for
yeah,
transplant.
man, they're ready.
Okay, but just not the time.
The time.
Just for context, it's Friday evening now, so you know we're running out of sunlight. So can't really work as late as we can work on the other days. In this video, we're gonna try to get to know Papa G, our superstar on the farm and everything. The guy that does everything on the farm.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
So, take us back to your early days, Papa G. Where, you know, which parish were you born?
I was born in Westmoreland.
Okay.
Shipped to St. James when I was about 3. Grew up in St. James with my mom. As a matter of fact, my father died when I was about maybe 3. I basically don't know him.
Oh, wow.
And I was raised by my mom. And my grandma was living with my mom, so she didn't have a skill, so she had to do odd jobs to make us survive.
So how many of you guys were there? How many siblings?
It was 4 siblings,
Okay.
but one was living with some people. They saw him and loved him and just take him with them, send him to school,
Okay.
and he was living with them for a period of time.
And then your mom took care of the other 3 you guys?
Yes.
Big up to all the single mothers.
Yeah. She worked real hard.
I can imagine. Them
Very.
days was not easy.
No, she didn't have a skill, as I said, so she had to. She was even ironing clothes and washing clothes for the Briskers. That's how they met my bigger brother.
Oh, okay.
By she going there and taking him with her.
They feel lovely.
Yeah, and ask her to leave him, and he was there until they moved to town, and he moved to town.
Okay.
But somehow they went away to foreign. So he was left in town on his own.
Okay.
Things got rough for him, but he survived.
So how early did you find yourself becoming responsible for kind of taking care of yourself, since you live in a single parent household? I mean,
I was taking more care of myself when my brother left, the second brother left country for town to seek a better life. And then I have to take over the farming.
how old were you?
I was going to school.
High school or primary school?
All age school.
All age school, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe pre-teen, you know.
Yeah, maybe
You're
about 15, 16.
15, okay. All right. So that's pretty early. So that's why you have such a great knowledge and understanding of farming, because you started at a very early age.
I even started early. I started doing my little thing when my bigger brother was working with my mom. So he left now, so I have to be the one who
Man of
was
the house.
doing the farming. And my mother go to the market to sell produce.
Okay.
You know, and then after that now, I was there a while, and then I get a card and go to Farmwork.
Before we reach to Farmwork, in those early days, do you remember ever having to go without meals, going to bed
No.
hungry, anything like that?
No, my mom always, even when things was real rough, She didn't beg anybody anything. She was a very proud woman. She don't ask people for anything. So whether she have it or not, you won't know.
Okay.
But we never got to her bed hungry. She makes sure of that. Even when we were going to school and we didn't have lunch money, she cook. I could remember fairly well. She cook white rice, ackee and saltfish and roast breadfruit and lemonade, and meet us by the way at a church brother home. And we have lunch there, and then she go back home, and then we go to school. Back to school. So she did her best. I wish she was here now.
I can imagine.
Yeah, she would.
To see.
Yeah, she wouldn't have it to do anything. You know? We could take care of her because my wife mother is living there. So it wouldn't be anything.
All right. So you mentioned something about the farm work. So the farm work came while you were living in the country, or did you move to town?
I was living in the country.
All right. So tell me about that. About what year was that? Do you remember how old you were?
It was 1989.
Okay. So that's the year that Tassia was born.
No, 1979.
Okay.
1979. I'm not quite sure how old I was then. 1979 to now, if we do the maths, 80 and 10, 90 and 10.
That'll be 45 years roughly.
It's 45. 45 from 70 with 25.
Okay, yeah.
So I didn't reach 25 though,
okay.
But I was...
Early 20s.
Yeah.
So that was your first time traveling?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Ooh, not even did I go beard or anything. So when I went there, it was sugarcane. And I saw it, and some bigger men who bigger than me, and me look skinny and little because I was very slim.
Right.
And I said, but you carry this a little baby, I go. He started to worry and said, boy, I'm not going to manage your work if I saw them a behave.
So where was this job? We're in foreign
Florida.
Country? It was Florida, okay.
Florida,
that makes sense.
A place called Belglade.
So that was your first experience?
Yeah, and the camp that I used to stay was Runyon Village.
Okay. So how long you spent over there?
I went up the January and I came back the end of March. 3 months.
That sounds very, very good. And then, did you have any other kind of farm work experience after that?
I went up the same year, August. And I went to Massachusetts to pick apple.
Oh, so different climate. So
yeah. It was still summer.
It was summer,
so
okay.
it was fairly warm. And I'm a pick apple from August until the ending of I think it was
probably
about the middle of September, the middle of October.
October, okay. Before the time really got cold.
Yeah, and the time started get cold and the apple crop finish. Why we stay so long, after you pick the apple, you have to pick up the one that drop on the ground.
Okay.
Because they use that one to make apple cider drink.
Yep. All right, so this time now, when they came back to Jamaica, you went back to St. James?
Yeah, I was living in a district called Rushy. Mount Worb was the post office.
Right.
So it's a very good farming district. A lot of people live there.
Roughly how far that is from like the Montego Bay town area?
About 14 miles.
Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. All right, so when did you move to Kingston or Portmore side now?
Okay, my mom wasn't well and my sister had moved and gone to town.
Okay.
And my brother was living in Grandspen and my mother moved here. So everyone was living in the country and they keep encouraging me to come up, leave country and come up. So one time I just decided, and there was the house that we were living in was a board house, and we sold the house to a neighbor who wanted it to do some addition to his house.
Right.
And to build some kitchen or something like that. And then I came to town without a job.
I can imagine. How was the transition Because you have a lot of experience with farming, but did you have any other skills that you acquired?
No, you know. No.
Man, so how did you make the transition?
I was at home doing nothing for a while.
Okay.
And then I went to Guardsman and did the test for the security guard work. And I passed and was working there for about a year or 6 months, but somehow I didn't like it. Because sometimes you go to some places where you don't know and some bad area. You don't have a shelter.
It's not
at night.
It's not easy.
You have to be outdoor. I said no, sir. So I left.
Not even from the area. Okay. So what did you do after that?
I had a friend who was a tailor and he said, "Why you not come to the tailoring with me?" And I was there wondering, should I go or shouldn't I? And I was there wondering for a long while, and then one day I say, it's better than sitting down.
Okay.
Anyhow, I went there and he started me off to put in back pockets, because that's the hardest thing on the pants. And within 2 weeks,
you got a skill?
I was able to put in pocket, and he gave me a teacher pants to do, and I did it.
Wow.
He showed me some little difficulties, but then after I finished that one, he gave me one more and then he left.
And you were in charge of that?
No, he left me there gone to see how far I can go without his help.
Okay.
Anyhow, I went up, put in the pockets, but the zip part I had forgotten. Anyhow, when he came back, he said, "Well, you did well." And he showed me how to put in the zip, and he didn't have to show me anything more in the pants.
You learned that?
Yeah, and I was there helping myself.
Wow. And then this was early 80s, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Early 80s, okay.
And then somehow there was some fallout, and I left and was doing it on my own.
Okay. Did you have your own shop, or were you working from home?
I started working from home, you know.
Okay.
And after a while, things started to get better, so I had to rent a shop. I couldn't do from home anymore. And after a while, I couldn't manage the amount of work I had, so I had to employ somebody.
Interesting.
Until I employed 2 tailors.
Wow.
And things was going really good.
So you have your own business and you did your own thing. That sounds good, man. All right. So transition now onto when you, just briefly, because we'll probably have to do a video on that itself, when you met your wife and you started your family and so forth.
Yeah, I met her. I'd say by accident, but it wasn't by accident, it was by destiny. Anyhow, we got married.
Right.
Living at people rent house. You know, people treat you so bad when you live in at their place, and somehow I saw the houses for Greater Portmore, and we got to the stadium, paid down on a quad.
Okay.
And we moved there shortly after. That was the January.
So during those times when you were living in rent house and just doing the tailoring, were you still farming, or that was just you didn't have any time?
From I went town, I didn't have anywhere to farm.
Right. There's no space.
No.
Interesting. All right. So talk to me now, because I know that you used to do a little bit farming when you were doing in Greater Portmore. When did that start back?
After I got the quad. That was it what year was it?
Probably late 90s, I would imagine.
I don't know. No. Because I can't remember. I think about 92. About 92.
That's so long?
Yeah. Because I can't remember clearly when I bought the car. It was 97.
You bought the first car?
Yeah.
We need to talk about that a little bit next, but yes, so you can continue about you starting back the farming now.
Yeah, I started the little yard space that I have. I didn't do addition, it was just a quad. Me and my wife and 2 kids. Two little kids, like less than 1 year and about
4 or 5.
4. because she's 4 years older than the boy. And then we start some addition. And
So what were some of the crops that you were growing at that time? And how did it evolve over time?
First thing I plant some sweet pepper, some callaloo, and some pop choy there, and tomato. It's a little patch, but you know, you just plant them close together so to make up some space. And they did well. I just planted for myself to eat, and then people start to pass and say, sell me a bunga callaloo. Why you not plant up the whole place? And then I started and just plant up the whole of the yard space. All you could do just walk through the little passage to go to the house.
Wow.
A Sunday morning time crowd.
Forget callaloo.
For callaloo. Some of them they say, Taylor, you not get no callaloo, man. You have to find callaloo, give me.
That's a classic. That's a classic Sunday morning breakfast, you know.
Yes.
Callaloo and saltfish, I guess, with bread or whatever.
I was there until we did the addition, and everybody had a room. The son had a room, my daughter had a room, and me and my wife had a room, and everything started to work out. My wife did nursing and was working at KPH, so life had changed a bit, a whole lot, not just a bit.
Let's talk about the cars now, because I know that that's a very important part of your journey.
Yes.
When I met you, you were also a taximan, so that's something that you did for a while. When did you start running taxi?
About 98.
Okay.
Because I bought the car with the intention to give my friend who was working to run taxi.
Right.
He was there. My wife didn't agree with the taxi thing. When I told her, as a matter of fact, I started saving some money to do addition to the house. And when I look, I had about $250,000. So I said to her, look, this money can't do the house. And if we keep putting on it, escalation, I go catch you and you keep lagging behind. So I go and buy a car, give my friend to run taxi. She said, no, it's supposed to car crash. We said, that's the chance I have to take. Anyhow, I went ahead and buy the car.
Do you remember what car it was?
Yeah?
You know what type of car that was?
Yeah, it was a Nissan AD wagon.
Okay.
At that time, you had the Corolla and the Nissan, but I wanted a Corolla, but the man tricked me. I said, all right, let me take it. And because he did shipping with vehicles.
Right.
And I took it. Guy ran taxi for it for a while. And my wife started to see the money coming now. She said, boy, it's a good thing you did do it. Anyhow, we go on and go until one day he came in and said he didn't make no money, not even $1. So I said, I didn't say anything to him. That was a Wednesday. The Friday I'm coming, he give me half day pay. I said, no sir, I'm start. Friday evening, me take the car. I say, all right, this when me get red plate on the car, I'll give you back the car. So I started go to my shop. I had a tailor shop then. So I used to go there like 8 o'clock in the morning. What I started to do now was go to the shop like, do the car, run some taxi in the morning like 5:30, 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock. And in the morning, what money me make? That's what he was giving me for all
the whole day, so it wasn't adding up.
No, and then in the evening I left the shop 5 o'clock and go on the road again. Sometimes I'm on the road till 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, mercy.
So me I let double up when he used to give me, so I give him back.
Sometimes they work close to 12 or more hours a day, man.
Yeah, if not more than 12. Anyhow, I was doing red, white plate though.
Right,
Police
so you have to be
take
careful.
the car. See me a robot. Anyhow, I try and get red plate on it. After a while, the tailoring started to dwindle down because this free market thing came in. And things wasn't as bright as it used to be. Because I used to sell like Ochi, Farmwork.
Okay.
Sew things and sell. So I'd start to run taxi full time and leave somebody at the shop. But what they're doing, if we're coming, they make the pants and deliver it, and I don't even know.
My word.
So I gave up the shop.
But I remember you were still doing a little bit of tailoring when I came into the picture in your guys' life.
Yeah,
at the house. But nothing
At
crazy.
the house?
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember, after I left, I
School
went back.
uniform and stuff.
I remember I used to go back to the shop. Remember the shop did burn down one time?
That was before my time.
No, when you used to come there
Really?
and saw me sewing at home.
Okay, I remember.
It's because the shop was burnt down.
Okay.
Burned down with over 400 pants in it.
Have mercy.
And that's one of the setback that I had. And some people I have to give them back them material, buy it back and pants, but some people say they understand, it's not me, not my fault.
Right, it was an accident.
Yeah.
Alright, so were there any other setbacks you had? Because I remember you had some issues with running taxi one at a time and went into some wicked people, I guess. some kidnappers, maybe gunmen.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm not even going to talk about that again, it's a past, but somebody tried to me to pick up a TV, and when I went and picked up the TV, it was night. And when I stopped, he said, I must open the car trunk. And he went in the house, and he and another guy came out with a big box, like a TV in it. So I said, alright. Anyhow, when I went there, I saw a car parked a little further from the gate. And there was a guy in soldier suit, uniform, and another guy talking to him. But my back was turned to them while I was closing the car trunk.
Right.
So I just feel somebody grab me in my waist, push me in the car back seat with gun for me. And I say, what is? And I say, big man, how are you going? He said, they want the car to go mash our works. Go having gun for me doing.
Wow.
I'm in the car. Anyhow, the car, one next guy run out of the house and jump around the steering, and one of them say, the car having gas? And I say, yeah man, he having enough gas. I say, big man, or kill me, you know, because I'm a youth. Then me come to juggler food to find food for them, you know. He say, me nah kill you, it's a work, so I go mash. And if money make, you will get money. Me say, me no want no money. Me say, me no want no money.
Now what is
me just want to go home. Anyhow, when the car eventually stop, I have some bush me there. Me not even know which part me there.
Mercy.
Anyhow, one of them say, to tie me up. That's the one where I have the gun. Him dress up like a sweet boy in a linen suit. Anyhow, them tie me up on a foot. And me, the one where he look like a him run the crew say, don't put him down pan and stone or them buckle upstairs. You know. And then lift me up, carry me upstairs and put some cardboard and put me down pan it. So me say, boy, I don't look like that would kill me at all. So me get a chance. Anyhow, when them gone, me I try loose it. But it was so hard to pull because the band, where they take band my hand was the strap where you see come on box down by the wharf. So,
Yeah, man.
yeah, you know
the bus.
them you can't burst it.
If you use a knife.
Anyhow, it's like a man says, stretch out your foot. Because then tie my foot and tie my hand on my foot. So me fold up. And when me stretch out my foot, I feel it a come off of my hand. I'm straight and straight until it eventually come off of my hand. And I look down and I don't see nobody from upstairs. The building don't have no window or no doors. It's abandoned building. After that now, I don't hear no sound. So the wall is about a chain long. And there's no way otherwise than to put my hand on top of the wall and put my hand over my hand till me reach from this end of the wall to the other end. When we reach at the other end, there was the compound. And I look across, I say, but wait, this is hardware and lumber. And I jump down over the other property, climb over the fence, and go out of the road and call the security over by hardware and lumber.
Safe to say you never get back that car.
Yeah, man.
You get it back?
So they call the police for me. When the police come, the police say, which part? Then carry me go. So I say, me come and me jump over the fence and come over, but me don't know where you drive, go to him. Mine have a trap you set for the police them, you know. I say, officer, you're a big man, you know, what kind of foolishness that you ask me? Anyhow, then say, come, me know if you go on and then drive and go under the bush. When you go on there, we see the car come back. The 4 door wide open. As a matter of fact, it was 4 guys. Eventually, because when them go on the bush, the next guy was there.
Okay.
And when we go on there now, we see the car and the 4 door open, we don't see nobody. So the police, them fire up some shots in the bush. And say me for go in the car. When I go in the car, the key in there said, I start it and drive it out and leave it at the station.
Wow.
That time it reached maybe about 11, 12 o'clock in the night. And everything started from about 8 o'clock.
Can you imagine Mama G worried?
She's a ball.
Like, wow.
You know, when the police them done question me everything and then take statement, them say me have to go leave the car. So I say, oh, me go home. And they then drop me at Portmore. They not even drop me at my yard.
You have to find a way home.
Yeah, they drop me at Portmore. And I walk go home because nothing around at the time of night.
Right. So this is a good point to segue to close up the video into how did you see God leading you through your life? You know, you're almost 70 years. Coming on to 70 years.
Yeah.
How have you seen God lead you from your early days to your midlife now? You're considered to be elderly.
Well, whatever leading I got through, whatever disappointment I had in life is because of my ways, not because of the leading. The Lord not lead you into anything bad. So I once was baptized when I was about 14 and I left church.
Okay.
And went back. But going back I wasn't firm. As a young man you do things that you still shouldn't be doing, even though you know that it is wrong. So whatever happened, it was because of my waywardness. It wasn't because of anything that the Lord did definitely to say, okay, I did this to you, although you not do nothing. But it's because of my disobedience and my sinful ways. But God has been good. He spared my life through many difficulties. That's not the only incident I had with gunmen, but
right.
God has been good.
Yeah, I've had some accident as well, so that could have been even deadly. So there's many things, that if you really sit down and think about it, and start to tell me that you're the only sibling that's still alive for your parents. So
my mom had 4 siblings and
4 children.
All the 3 other siblings died in their 50s.
Right. So that alone is a blessing that you're still here, and you're approaching your 70th year, and the Bible even tells you that 70, and then by
reason of strength,
right, you'll get some more years into your life, and it seems like that is right up your alley right now, Papa G. So God has truly been good to you, and He blessed you with a beautiful family, and both of your kids are doing so well.
So true.
All of that is blessing, and you even have grandchildren that you live to see. 3 to be exact.
Grandchildren.
So all of them, the things is just blessings. All right, Papa G, thank you so much for all the hard work and for answering these questions. And I'll leave you alone to get back to your work before the sun sets, because the sun is going down.
Okay.
See there on the horizon. Only a few more hours left before the Sabbath. Nice little cabbage here. Can definitely give you guys an update on these as the weeks goes by. Is how long these will take to become mature again?
3 months.
3 months. All right, so definitely
Can be more if we don't get proper water.
Okay.
Make a carrot back these up and wet them. And then grow up the coming.
All right, guys. Thank you for spending the evening with us, getting to know Papa G. Don't forget to watch, like, subscribe, comment, and share these videos. Thank you. See you in the next one.